How many times have you heard someone say, it's as natural as the air you breathe? Well, as it turns out, that air might not be very natural at all. Here's a pretty grim picture of the air that you and I are breathing. In 2012, Yale University ranked 132 countries on air pollution, and shockingly, India ranked last. And if that's not scary enough, it turns out that outdoor air pollution is fifth leading cause of death in India, killing 620,000 people a year. And so, without a doubt, it's time to act. And thankfully, several ingenious innovators are doing just that. Over the next half hour, we'll meet some of the people who are creating exciting technologies to make sure fewer fumes live in our atmosphere. In our quest today, we are pursuing a future of zero emissions, zero pollution, and in turn, zero health hazards. How often do we cover our noses when we see factories or vehicles pumping out black smoke? But did you know that in India, indoor air pollution is bigger killer than outdoor air pollution? In fact, every year in India, over 1 million people die because of the air they breathe inside their homes. And that's mostly because of chulhas, those traditional stoves that burn solid fuels. You can find chulhas in more than 100 million Indian households, and women and children who spend more time in the home are affected the most. Today we will meet an organization and the ingenious minds behind it that's trying to change all this. Project Surya is encouraging people to convert from traditional biomass cooking to a cleaner, improved stoves. Follow us as we stay on Project Surya's trail and understand just how it's working towards eliminating indoor pollution.
Collecting wood to light her traditional stove was the typical start to Surya Kumari's day. Surya Kumari is one of the 800 million people who rely on biomass fuel like kerosene, wood and cow dung, their only option to light the stove, leaving no room for women like her to escape this life-threatening smoke. But today the dark days are a thing of the past for Surya Kumari. A change that has been brought into her life by this new and improved stove.
पहले हम बाहर से लकड़ी लाते थे और गाय का गोबर उससे कंडा पाथते हैं, उपले लाते हैं, उसको लगाते हैं, उससे धुआं होता है, उससे सारी दिक्कतें होती हैं, खांसी भी आती है, बच्चे बीमार भी हो जाते हैं, खाना भी देर में बनता है, धुआं भी निकलता है। हमारे यहाँ जब से नया स्टोव आया है, जब से बहुत आराम है, उसमें खाना आराम से बन जाता है, धुआं भी नहीं निकलता है, बर्तन भी साफ रखता है, खाना जल्दी भी बन जाता है, लकड़ी भी कम लगती है।
धुआं कम हो जाइए, आँख में जो धुआं जाइए।
In a move to enable women to breathe easy while cooking and reduce black carbon to battle global warming, Project Surya brings the new improved cooking stove to India's hinterland.
They would still be using the same kind of fuel like fuel wood, crop residue or dung cakes that they use in the traditional stove. But the quantity that is required would be much less and the cooking time is much shorter. So with the reduction of the fuel and reduction of cooking time and improvement in combustion, it all contributes to reducing pollution.
Excessive dependence on rudimentary cooking methods and increasing health problems are the prime drivers for the advent of Project Surya's cooking stove. Packed with cleaner burning technology, the improved stove aims to bring down indoor air pollution to zero as compared to the traditional cooking stove.
The woman, when she is stoking the fire and sitting in front of it is as good as smoking almost 40 cigarettes in a day. You are putting that much amount of smoke into your lungs. What happens in an improved stove, you still need to do the same thing, but instead of women blowing into the stove, there is a fan here that blows air into the stove. And the fan operates through this charge controller which has a battery. The battery lasts for approximately 5 to 6 hours, and it can also on a full charge last for 2 days, that is about 10 to 12 hours. The battery in turn is charged by a solar panel. The solar panel charges the battery. This gets connected to the stove, and once you turn it on, the fan starts to move and starts to push air into the stove, and that helps. To ignite it, you just need to put a little bit of kerosene and then a match, and it gets lighted up, and then the air inside stokes the fire and it works efficiently. The efficiency levels go up by almost 20 to 30%. A traditional stove would burn with an average efficiency of 10.
Rivers are our lifelines, providing us with fresh water, but due to untreated sewage and industrial waste, almost half of our 445 rivers are unfit for drinking. Water pollution is not only diminishing our fresh water sources, but is also adversely affecting the marine life, which in turn is affecting the livelihood of many fishermen. T. Sampath Kumar is one extraordinary Indian who took on the challenge of reversing this damage. His Nualgi technology has the potential of cleaning up the pollution in our rivers and oceans, making them safer, cleaner and fit for the marine life. This invention truly has the capacity to turn back time and take us back to zero water pollution.
Sparkling, gurgling, gushing waters of many of our rivers is a sight to behold. Traversing several hundred kilometers, the waters find solace in the vast seas and oceans. But on this journey, they often mingle with a host of pollutants like sewage and garbage. Other water bodies like lakes share the same fate. Bengaluru, once dubbed as the city of lakes, now has most of them covered in weed and polluted with sewage, killing not only the urban landscape and the lake ecology, but also fishermen's livelihood.
ಲೇಕ್ ಗಲೀಜಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಮೀನು ಮರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸತ್ತೋಗ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನೇ ಸಿಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಕಾರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಗಲೀಜಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ತೊಂದರೆನೇ.
But even as the world debates on how to clean our rivers and lakes, there's an innovation whose impact is trickling its way across the world.
This particular lake, this is Madiwala Lake. This is about 2 acres size. It is partially treated. That means that the sewage is still coming in. The fishermen are doing fishing here. Plenty of fishes they are getting. And there is a partial treatment. Whenever the oxygen level dips, they add our product new algae into the water to get the oxygen back. And then they do fishing. The government are not treating it. Only the fishermen are treating it.
Restoring balance to the marine ecology is Chartered Accountant T. Sampath Kumar's new algae Nanosilica, a product born out of his own curiosity.
Way back in the 1990s, I was interested. I had a prawn hatchery near Mahabalipuram. At that time, I was wondering how the marine fishes they get their food. I wanted to develop the marine food chain so that I can grow the food wherever they wanted. I did a lot of reading. I found that one particular algae called diatom algae produced more than 50% of the marine food.
The product helps the diatom algae grow in any water body. Diatom algae are unicellular and are the producers in a food chain, but the chain reaction leads to something more.
A plant requires about 13 nutrients to grow. What we have done is, we have a nanosilica base. On the nanosilica base, we have absorbed all the micronutrients required for the plant growth in a certain proportion that is suitable for the diatom growth. Once we have done that formulation, and that one when you add to any water body, the spores are already there in the particular water body. The spores get activated, they bloom into a diatom algae, and they absorb water, they absorb carbon dioxide, and they produce oxygen and produce food under the water. So that way that marine food chain is started off. The food is consumed by zooplankton. Zooplankton in turn consumed by fishes. The oxygen in the water helps aerobic bacteria break down the pollution, organic load in the system, and everything else consumed ultimately by the fishes.
New algae is a micronutrient food which, when dissolved in water, starts showing results within the first few minutes.
ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಕೆರೆ ಕ್ಲೀನಾಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಜೀವರಾಶಿಗಳು ಕೆರೆಯಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಜೀವರಾಶಿಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಉಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಮತ್ತು ಅಕ್ಕಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಜನಗಳಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಜನಗಳಿಗೆ ಅನನುಕೂಲ ಆಗದಿರಂಗೆ ನಾವು ಕೆರೆನ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲೂ ಕಾಪಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಕ್ಲೀನಾಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಗ್ಗೆ.
Giving a new lease of life to water bodies, New Algae is on a quest for zero water pollution.
In an effluent treatment plant, you have aerators. A lot of power is required, and you have to make the oxygen in the air dissolve in the water for the oxygen to help aerobic bacteria break down the organics. In our system, it's very, very simple. The plant body that is growing under the water produces pure oxygen underwater, and you don't need such kind of investment. Very large investment is not required, and any capacity we can handle depending on the volume. We can add that much product into the water. Ultimately, even that sludge and whatever organics are remaining at the bottom of the lakes and rivers and places, everything will get cleaned up. All of them will get oxygenated. Aerobic bacteria will break down all that, and ultimately entire pollution can be completely removed from the face of the earth. Definitely you can have a zero pollution.
Until now, India and much of the world have operated within a familiar philosophy: grow now, clean up the mess later. But if we are going to have the great future we are capable of, that philosophy simply won't work. So it's time to grow efficiently, sustainably, and responsibly. Today we saw a few impressive innovators who are tackling the problem head on. In our quest for zero, these exciting people are using brilliant science and technology to bring us that much closer to zero emissions and zero pollutions. Until next week, it's me Anupam Kher saying goodbye. I think most of us like spending some time at home. I certainly do. It's my refuge, my comfort zone, a place where I can just be and not worry about what happened during the day and breathe easy. But what we don't realize is that our home is also home to various kinds of bacteria, particles and gases. And these could come from anywhere, from dust, garbage, your carpets, or curtains, mold, air conditions. The list is so huge that we can't go about physically eliminating the causes. So we hire domestic helps, but even then these bacteria and viruses call our homes their homes. Considering we spend about 75% of our time indoor, getting rid of these pollutants becomes imperative. This is where Milagros new age domestic robots can help us. You may ask, how can a machine get rid of pollutants invisible to the naked eye and help us lead a healthier life? Well, it's all about the technology. Technology that's bringing us one step closer to zero.
We take great care of our homes, sweeping, dusting, cleaning each and every surface. Our need to keep our homes clean stems from our need to keep our loved ones safe from dirt and dust. But are our homes, sweet homes, truly clean? Despite our cleaning methods, our homes are breeding grounds for bacteria, germs and viruses invisible to us. And they could lead to not only infectious diseases but also allergies. But this is where science could be your little helper. Milagros domestic robots like Red Hawk are fast climbing the popularity charts for being able to get rid of dust and bacteria without any supervision.
The main objective of the floor cleaning robot is helps in suctioning, vacuuming, dusting of all your surfaces, be it carpets, tiles, wooden surfaces, linoleum, even tables, even higher surfaces, all hard surfaces it cleans. Now a robot is supposed to have artificial intelligence. The way we think, feel, behave, the robot is supposed to replicate that human behavior. Suppose we don't bang into walls, the similar way the robot has wall detection sensors or obstacle detection sensors, it does not bang into your furniture or walls. The similar way when we do not fall off stairs when we are walking, it has fall detection sensors that do not let it fall off stairs or higher surfaces. The way we feel hungry and eat food, the moment the battery is less than 15%, the robot automatically returns to the charging station, charges itself and then leaves the next morning.
This little cleaning genie not only cleans the surface with the help of brushes underneath, but also disinfects any surface that it is on.
Sometimes when your maids clean the house, when they do pocha, they're using dirty water, so that further dirties your house. Some people have pets in their home. Of course, those pets also have germs which are constantly around your house. So what the floor cleaning robot does is, it also vacuums your pet hair. Along with that, all the air that comes out of the robot is clean air because there are HEPA filters at the back of the robot, so it filters the air and throws out clean air. Along with that, the UV lamp, what it does is, just like your RO system, which you use for water, it is disintegrating the DNA of your bacteria and viruses. So it kills 99.9% of the germs on your floor. So any infection in the air, any dirt which cannot be seen with the naked eye, it helps in reducing that to zero.
A lot of people, because who have back problems, are put on hard beds, and they have to lie straight. Lying straight, they can have body sores, those sores can actually have bacteria. And you don't know how to clean it. So if suppose on a hard bed, this is a perfect device, the floor cleaning actually can just go about cleaning it and prevent, the disease from spreading. Bacteria can be killed, So medicine acts on the wound and this acts on the, the place where a patient is sleeping.
This device can be scheduled to leave its docking station every morning at a specific hour to wage a battle against probable causes of allergies.
Suppose you're leaving the house for about a month. You can schedule a time on the docking station for an entire year, up to an entire year in one go. Automatically the robot leaves at that specific time. It starts its cleaning. It finds its way around your house.
One of Milagros' yet to be launched robot, Aerobot, is all set to help us breathe easy in our own homes.
Enclosed environments, while they keep you cool, but sometimes the same air is circulated, and in that there is bacteria, there are viruses, there are allergens which are there, there is odor which is there are particles which are there is smoke which is there, and this causes many a times a lot of problems to people who spend time indoors. Now the AeroBot basically has three kinds of filters. If I was to just very quickly explain to you, one filter will take care of the particles in the air, and these are HEPA filters, and second will take care of the odors in the air, and third will take care of the bacteria and viruses.
With Red Hawk and AeroBot in its arsenal, Milagro is on a quest for zero indoor pollution.